the Bill Brasky sketch is a song sketch. I don't remember there being a
No,
song.
I'm thinking. Is it Bill Bisky?
No,
Bill
definitely
Brasky
not.
is an old sketch, isn't it? Did they bring it back recently?
Oh, okay. No, I'm talking about more recent one. It's her and Keenan.
Yeah, Bill Brasky's like they're in a bar, like to Bill Brasky.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the one where it's like, how do you like your sex? Do you know what I'm talking about? It's her and Keenan.
I mean, I do, but those are these. I don't know how our wires got crossed somewhere along the line, but these are two very different sketches. I don't know. I don't remember that sketch though. Like I remember what you're talking about, Todd, but I don't remember the sketch. I don't even want to waste any fucking time. Actually, we'll waste some time. Why not? That's what we do on the show. You know, gotta butter them up. Gotta let that marinate. You know what I'm saying? Can't just jump right in. You gotta let that steak simmer. You gotta let that chili rock all day for like 8 to 12 hours. You know what I'm saying? It's really gotta stew. You gotta get that. Gotta get all those. Huh?
No, good show. So now we're gonna move to what's in the box. Go.
Todd wants to play Overwatch so bad. It's fucking in his veins again.
I hate it.
Fuck it. We're just getting right into the show. Welcome, everyone, to the Pass Control Podcast, a show where a couple of best friends talk about the latest in video games and nerd culture. Sometimes we have guests. Sometimes we talk about fucking Overwatch too much. Either way, we have a new episode for you each and every week. As always, I'm your host, Brenden Groom, and joining me on this lovely Saturday evening is fucking Margarita Mike himself, Mr. Michael Desir. Mike, how you doing tonight?
You drinking a mojito or a margarita?
If we had, it's a lime margarita. If we had let you riff, if we had just continued to let you riff, would you have done an entire recipe for an actual dish?
I mean, I could have. We could have done that. We could have mixed something up. You know, we could have put 1.5 ounces to 2 ounces of tequila. You know what I'm saying? We could have did that, Mike. We could have did that, but we didn't.
Some tequila. You take some ice, put it in a pot. Get yourself a stew going.
I mean, you know, what is a stew if not a bunch of things in liquid, you know, in a container, right? Is there a component of something that makes it a stew? Like, is there a specific component that needs to be there?
I mean, God help us if we go down this rabbit hole. What differentiates a stew
from a soup?
Doesn't a stew need to have like beef and shit like that, or am I fucking just no?
I mean, I don't know if it has to, but I think Dom is right. Did you say heat, Dom?
Yeah, but soup also requires heat, I imagine. So
it doesn't, because then you got your gazpacho.
Get that.
Ooh. Is that a soup or is that a stew? You can also have tomato stew, so I don't think it necessarily needs meat.
No, isn't that tomato bisque? I don't know.
What's a bisque?
I think it's a subcategory of soup. But I think stew might be its own, like you know, you got like
stew is Tommy Pickle's father.
You know how you get, you know how you got like genus and species. Which one's higher, genus? I'm assuming because I said it first. That's just how my brain's
is the bottom.
Because you said it first, that means it has to be.
Well, I feel like there's a reason why my brain always says genus, species. So you got what? You get the kingdom, correct? And then you get the phylum.
Those are definitely
kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species.
Okay, so I feel like you got. I don't know what the overall term would be for the family, but I feel like what was under family? Order, class.
Stews generally contain less liquid than soup.
Interesting. Yeah, they're definitely thicker. Stews are thicker. You gotta have a stew is thick.
You ready for this one? When I started typing stew versus. The first one was soup. The second one was chili.
I was gonna say chili.
Is chili its own category?
I think chili would be. So in the family of soups, maybe soup is the broad term. I don't know, or maybe it's broken down below that, and there's some other hot bowl liquid would be the family, and then there would be sub categories below. You get soup, you got chili, you get stew. I don't actually know what gazpacho is, so I want to let Mike take that one.
Right. That's a cold.
I don't know either. It's a cold soup.
It's an iced.
So what'll really bake your noodle? Huh? What really bake your noodle is where does cereal fall into all this?
All right, no. Now we're getting into an earth milk conversation. We can't. We got to move on.
Mm-hmm.
Also joining us this evening is the payload poppy, Todd, motherfucking Gary. Todd, how are you doing tonight?
Where are you?
and was just spit this drink everywhere.
I'm so sorry.
Perfect.
Cannot sleep. I cannot leave the
I'm
night.
good. Let's go. Let's wrap it up.
Damn, we
guys.
just
Let's
got
go. We gotta get
DMCA'd,
some
Mikey.
Overwatch done
Congratulations. Pitch perfect.
That was for the best.
That's why they call you Pitch Perfect, Mike. That's why they call you, I don't know. I forget that girl's name.
Please just get on to Dom because this is gonna.
Wait,
go
no. What is that girl's
think-
name? What is the girl's name? What is the lead person? They're also
In
in fucking. What do you mean in what? Pitch Perfect.
I didn't watch that
I've never
movie.
seen those
Kendrick?
movies. No one
Anna
watched those
Kendrick.
movies.
Bang. Dom gets it. Dom's on board.
Kendrick
Dom's,
Lamar?
I watch those movies.
Dom says, you give me the question, I get the fucking answer. All right? Dom doesn't fucking... He's Shooter McGavin. He's fucking Pistol Pete. He's fucking Dommy Duckets. The real Dommy Duckets. That's his intro. The fucking real Dommy Duckets is rounding us out tonight. Dom, how are you doing tonight?
I'm here.
All right,
Did we hit an hour yet?
Yeah, we're at an hour, so we can
is a
wrap
hot-
things up.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No, we're not doing this.
We're gonna do this. We're gonna do
This is
this.
a whole separate episode. That's a whole separate conversation. That's a bonus episode. You guys want to unlock us having food debates? You're gonna have to get
I've
us
sent
to
you
some
cube
level.
theory before, right?
Cube
What?
theory?
Yeah, I've sent that to you guys before, right?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Don't worry, I'm
Might
gonna,
be a long
text
time
it to you. Dom will look at it, and you will just continue doing the podcast. It's
So,
fine.
so what you're trying to say is that sandwiches have to be cubed? They have, like, in order for them to.
It'll make sense when I send it. Relax.
But then, so is a sub not a sandwich?
no, because it's not a cube.
They call it a
So
submarine
what is it?
sandwich.
Do they call
Yeah.
it a submarine sandwich? Who the fuck says,
Yeah.
"Can I get a submarine sandwich"?
Dude,
First of all,
it's a
who the fuck
Massachusetts
who the
thing.
fuck
That's
calls
all
it a
we're saying.
submarine? Someone calls it a
I always
submarine.
do.
You shut the
I go
fuck
to
up, Todd.
Jersey's Mike and I go to Jersey Mike and I'm like, can I get your finest submarine? And they know
Can I
exactly
get
what I'm
one
talking about.
submarine sandwich, please?
The fact that you're going to fucking Jersey Mike's in Massachusetts means that you don't even know what a fucking sub is. Get out of here.
Yeah,
I
bro.
don't have
Where's your
any good
D'Angelo's
places like
love?
the place we go to.
D'Angelo's? No, we have too many mom and pop sandwich shops. You can go to D'Angelo's. You
Oh, that's
fucking
right, I
go
go
to
to-
Subway?
I go to Quiznos.
Yeah, Quiznos.
Bar. Oh,
Quiznos lost the sandwich war, okay? They lost the fucking sub war. They fucking sank. Subway sank Quiznos battleship, okay? Fucking over. Done. Game over.
This is.
You're really mixing metaphors.
I got to just the beginning portion, and I don't know
Just
if I
the
want to
tip.
go down this rabbit
He
hole right now.
got just the
See?
tip and he couldn't handle it.
All
The
right.
first question was asked: Is a Pop Tart a ravioli, or is ravioli a Pop Tart? And I was like, no, I'm not doing this right now.
But I feel like when you bring proper nouns into the mix, that changes the whole game. Like that's a different beast altogether.
Toaster strudel then.
Okay.
Is that
Yeah,
the,
I guess.
is that
Well,
what
that's
Pop Tart
Pillsbury.
is?
Is toaster strudel a non-TM? Is that just a term? I thought toaster strudel.
is just
I thought that was Pillsbury's Pop Tart. I thought it was a proper noun. Maybe not. I don't know. We're getting way into the fucking weeds on shit that does not matter. Not what the people sign up for here. I don't know what they signed
None
up
of
for
this
here, but it
matters.
probably was not this. Anyways,
Did you know they make Eggo waffle flavored Pop Tarts?
What?
what even is it? Just like maple butter flavored?
These are the questions I don't want to ask. Toaster pastries. That's
Okay.
that's the common name.
Is he a banana that grabs other bananas? These are the kind of questions.
These are the things I don't want to ask.
Sapphire J in the
man,
chat says,
now I
Go ahead. Now what?
no, I was just saying. Now I really want a submarine sandwich. Like I'm fucking craving one.
Todd, if I ever hear you say submarine sandwich again, I swear I'm gonna throw every match of Overwatch ever. You're never gonna see me on a payload. You won't even know what
No,
a payload is.
don't come down to my.
Did you
level.
end up
don't
getting a
worry
worry
meatball
about
that.
hoagie earlier?
I
Don't worry
did-
about getting on the payload.
I-
Todd's playing as Widowmaker.
I
He's
did-
nowhere near the payload.
Yeah, I know. Todd doesn't know what a payload is or a kill apparently. Whoa. When I say check the kill feed, that's because I want to know like can anyone else see it? Because I never see Todd's name there, so I don't know like is my game just broken or can anyone else see Todd's
It
name?
must be broken.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I think
gotcha.
his name's
I see
broken.
nothing but Widowmakers. One shot, one kill.
Yeah,
Todd.
you might get some
Well,
kills.
Todd
That
had many
definitely
shots,
are
one
not one
kill.
shot. A handful of shots, maybe a kill.
I'm only using Widowmaker from here on out.
Todd, we're gonna have to get it on PC, Mike, and you're gonna have to mod in a special voice line that says a couple of shots, maybe an assist. That's the voice line.
Yeah. My best French accent.
Yes, Dom, I did get a meatball fucking submarine sandwich earlier, and it was tasty town. It was fucking delicious. Sapphire J in that
Delicious
chat.
grinder.
It was a gyro. Hero.
Is a gyro also a sandwich?
We're not doing this. The Soup Sandwich Podcast has to also be the podcast where everyone gets really high. You're gonna have to hit fucking Patreon tier level 420 in order for that to happen. Because, anyways, a couple of housekeeping things, and then we'll get into this fucking train wreck. This episode, of course, sponsored by our good friends at Goodnight Fatty from the Salem, Massachusetts area in October. Why? But also head on down to 1 Washington Square and get yourself a delicious fatty. And if you're unaware of what a fatty is, you can check them out on social media and educate yourself on these tasty treats by going to @GoodnightFatty. But if you do happen to swing down there in an upcoming weekend, make sure to let them know Past Controller sent you.
Especially if there's a cookie with filling in it, ask them if it's considered a ravioli.
Yeah, really clog up the line.
Be sure to let pass the control.
Yeah. If you go to Goodnight Fatty, and if they have a cookie, if they have a cookie or two or multiple cookies that have filling, and you ask them if it's a ravioli and mention that Past Control told you to do that,
they will never let you back.
Mike will Venmo you a flight.
Ooh.
You know what you could do? You could go a Saturday or Sunday morning, get a good night chubby, because chubbies are all raviolis.
They're more Hot Pockets. Are Hot Pockets
he's out
raviolis?
of line, but he's right.
Are Hot Pockets raviolis? Or are Hot Pockets toaster strudels?
I think they're all in the ravioli category.
I think they're all, again,
Ravioli.
Is calzone a ravioli?
No, because a calzone you cut into pieces. I feel like that's the distinction.
According to the
no
site,
one's picking up a fucking calzone and eating barehanded a calzone.
A calzone includes a corn dog, which Brennan loves.
Did you say a calzone includes a corn dog?
Yeah, corn dog is technically.
We are absolutely done with this conversation. How does this website justify a corn dog being considered
when you get the chance, you can. When you get the chance,
it uses cube theory.
This is extracurricular. We're moving on. A couple other housekeeping things. I was on the Game Informer show last week. Make sure to go check that out wherever you listen to podcasts. Listen to us. Go check out the Game Before podcast. I was on one of the most recent episodes of that. So shout out to that team over there. Shout out to Alex Van Eyck in front of the program, getting me on over there. It was a good episode. It was a good time. So check that out. And the PTC Movie Club for October is Dom's double feature. At this point, he's just fucking Dommy double feature. He's just throwing double features at us every fucking 3-4 months.
It's a creature double feature.
Creature double feature.
Not a lot I could do about it.
So if you want to hear us talk about little fucking shop of horror, my little pet shop. What Pet Shop of Horrors? Little Shop of Horrors. What is that movie?
Little Shop of Horrors. You had it right.
Little Shop of Horrors and Shrek the Musical. You can check those out. I don't know where Little Shop of Horrors is streaming. I know Shrek the Musical is on Netflix at least.
I believe Little Shop of Horrors is streaming on. Yeah, it's on something. I want to say it's Amazon, but hold on a second. I'll double check it.
So make sure to watch those before the end of the month, because we'll talk about those towards the end of the month. The PDC Movie Club for October. I don't know exactly when that will fall exactly. It might be earlier, it might be later, simply because I know some HBO Max. There are some extracurriculars that will come into play towards the end of October for some of us, and as well as just Halloween being, I think, disruptive for that week because Todd's a father. So who knows? Who's to say?
Wait, when's Halloween? When is Halloween?
I think it's on a Monday. So but I don't know what that means. Trick or treating is like. So I don't know how that affects children.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Plus, Mike and Dom are going on an excursion, so there will be some gaps. There'll be some things. There'll be some things floating around. So, but you will not have a lack of content. There will be episodes to fill your weekly digest. So you will not have to fret about that. But like I said, the PDC Movie Club may fall on maybe not the actual last episode of the month. It could be the first episode of November. It could be somewhere else. That's still yet to be seen. But anyways, that'll just about do it for housekeeping. Before we get into tonight's two main topics, which are going to be a return to form. It's been a few years, I feel like, but it's fucking Overwatch time, baby. Overwatch is back. Do we even want to talk about anything else? Do you just want to get into Overwatch and just fucking, that's what we're talking about?
That's fine. Whatever you want to do.
All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm assuming no one else has been playing anything other than the regular stuff and now Overwatch. Does anyone else have anything else they want to talk about what they've been playing wise or no?
I don't remember playing anything.
Playing God of War.
How are you feeling about your adventure in God of War so far?
I'm enjoying it.
You're playing the first
one?
It's
definitely different than
God of War 2018.
I'm playing 2018. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. At some point, we'll talk after, but we'll talk after. I'm enjoying it. It's definitely different than the older God of Wars.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it must open up afterwards, but I imagine it still is pretty like forcing you to go in one path, right?
There's like, you'll get to a point where like you can go like a couple different directions, like when you get to like bridge area. But like but for the most part, it's like pretty linear.
Yeah. No, I'm enjoying it so far.
Yeah. So if
Kratos feels like Kratos.
Yeah. If you the axe in that game is fucking so great. Good. Like that axe when you throw that shit feels real fucking good. That's a good axe.
I do wish that he still had his chains, but
right.
Judging from some of the trailers for the new game Ragnarok, it seems like maybe he has at least like
something different.
Looks like he has like a grappling type. I don't know if that's a thing that comes into 2018 at a later point because I barely played that game. But if this is your first episode of the show or you haven't been fully caught up, Dom recently bought a PS5, so Dom has been catching up on PS4, PS5 titles because he did not have a PS4 result. So he is catching up on a couple of years of PlayStation games. Last of Us was first, and now he's on to God of War. And
Spider-Man was first.
Oh, Spider-Man was first. That's right. And if you don't know, now you know. Mike is also on the PS5 bandwagon. Mike bought a PS5 yesterday, and then in my car goes, "Don't know why I bought this. I don't want to play any PlayStation games."
Yeah, I got nothing. I just play. Like, for a period of time, I want to play Returnal, and I want to play Guilty Gear because Guilty Gear, I think at the time was only on PlayStation. And
you still haven't beat Spider-Man, right?
I still haven't beat Spider-Man, but I still have a PlayStation to play Spider-Man.
But you can't play Miles on PS4.
Wait, Miles is not on PS4? It is, right?
Oh, you can? I thought it was PS5 exclusive.
Yeah. No, you can.
Well, then you fucked up.
No, this generation of games is interesting because you don't really need an Xbox Series X or PS5 just yet. We're slowly getting towards there. Like,
Ragnarok.
Actually, well, yeah. No, Ragnarok is also getting a PS4 version, I believe.
Is it?
You know what's bullshit?
That's strange.
You know what's bullshit for Spider-Man for PS5?
Oh yeah, sorry. That's the last game that they're not having. I just read that. It's the last PlayStation Studios game that they're not making go PS5.
You can't get the updated Spider-Man version for PS5 unless you buy the Miles bundle. They don't sell it separately. So you can't, if you already own Miles, if you just bought Miles by itself, you can't get the updated PS5 version of Spider-Man.
The update paths, the way that Microsoft and PlayStation are both handling the transitional period into this generation of consoles is definitely a much smoother situation on Xbox side of things, because for pretty much every game, not even just Microsoft Studios games, if you buy the Xbox version, it gives you both versions. There are some exceptions. Like I think maybe the last Battlefield was not like that. I don't know if Call of Duty does the same thing. They might also kind of lock it like you got to buy the version that you're playing. Whereas PlayStation is like, oh, if you have the PS4 version, you have to spend money to upgrade, which I'm not saying is necessarily a good or bad thing. I'm just saying that it's way easier for that on Xbox currently. That could change, in the coming year or so, because there are definitely games that are already starting to make waves of not only that being, like I think Midnight Suns, if you buy the Xbox 1 version, you do not get the series version. I think Gotham Knights is also the same way, and I believe both of those games, oddly enough,
Knights is not on PS4. I don't think.
Oh, Gotham Knights, that is right. Yes, Gotham Knights is not on PS4 or Xbox One. I don't think. I think that's one of the few third-party next-gen only games coming out this year. And I think Midnight Suns and Gotham Knights might be the first 2 $70 games, right? Or have there been more? I don't even know. But they are definitely leading into that $70 fee. Anyways,
Gotham Knights should have been. I think it's $69.99.
Yeah, so I think it's safe to say probably going into next year, most games are going to.
I think Ragnarok is too.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. They've been hinting at that. Some games have been releasing at that price point. I think it's just we're moving into that games are expensive to make. COVID has made everything harder for things to get developed and released, and
yeah, I mean,
it is what it is.
For Horizon Forbidden West was 70. Gran Turismo was 70.
Yeah, I think there were some other third-party games that were also 70. I just don't remember them all. Oh, EA Sports games are $70 now? Oof.
Madden, FIFA, 2K.
I heard Madden's a mess too.
Yeah, I've seen some articles getting shared around about Madden being in a shitty state. So before we get into Overwatch, I will talk briefly about another game that I've been spending some time with, which is Street Fighter 6. The closed beta is out. If you happened to get invited to that, you could also be playing Street Fighter 6 right now. I am playing it. I will say, with the brief time I've spent with it so far, I love Street Fighter. Big Street Fighter fan. I've always loved Street Fighter. Grew up on Street Fighter. You know, some games I like a lot less than others. I think Street Fighter V is kind of universally not really loved. I mean, it has its fan base. It has its audience. It has people that keep that game alive. But I don't think... I don't want to say Street Fighter V is the worst Street Fighter, but I don't think it's one of the best. I think that game is in the middle somewhere, if not towards the bottom. Especially coming off of Street Fighter 4, which I think many people would say might be the best Street Fighter. You'll have people that say Street Fighter 2 is the best, fine, whatever. And you get some people that like Third Strike as well. But regardless, Street Fighter 6 is, I believe, supposed to come out next year. The beta, if this game plays like this beta does, let me tell you, Street Fighter is fucking back. Street Fighter is in a healthy place, and I'm very excited for this game. And it's interesting because I feel like I've said this on the podcast before, in the kind of the lead up to Street Fighter 6. The fighting game community, fighting games in general, the fighting game genre, have been in this state of like arguably peak fighting game. Pretty much every series is on their arguably best iteration. People love Tekken 7. People love this Smash Brothers. You get some people that might argue other things, but like most successful Smash Brothers, the best Tekken arguably, the best Mortal Kombat.
Multiverses.
Get this fucking
hell
trash
yeah,
out of
let's
here.
go.
What am I forgetting? Guilty Gear Strive is probably the best Guilty Gear. If it's not the best Guilty Gear, it's definitely the one that's like made the biggest wave outside of its core audience. I feel like I'm forgetting a major fighting game right now.
Soul Calibur.
I don't think Soul Calibur's doing it.
You're not counting like Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Fight doesn't count your.
Well, I was gonna leave.
Justice.
I was gonna leave that to the end. Todd's just saying fucking nonsense. But like that in general, I think anime fighters, and maybe part of that charge being led by Dragon Ball Fighters, are all in their like darling era. It's like Dragon Ball Fighters, fantastic. People love that game. And I think that's also kind of maybe that, and with the success of like Guilty Gear Strive, I think you've seen a lot more attention get brought on to games like Melty Blood and Under Night and Birth and other things like that, getting a little bit more love than maybe they typically have been in the past. And that's just because fighting games in general are at this like moment where a lot of the games in the genre are very good, if not the best for that series. And Street Fighter V is, in my opinion, and I think some other people would share this, arguably one of the worst iterations in that franchise. So to see Street Fighter have to like, okay, Street Fighter 6 is not good, or if it's just like 5, or if it has issues or whatever it may be, like that's catastrophic for Street Fighter because you have all of these other games, hitting so hard. People love Mortal Kombat. Tekken 7 is doing fantastic, and we got Tekken 8 on the way, and those teases for Tekken 8 look fucking gorgeous, and I don't even like Tekken. So I'm very happy to say that, at least my opinion on playing Street Fighter 6, the game is fucking phenomenal.
I can't wait to whoop your ass, and you'd be like, I don't want to play this game anymore.
That would never happen.
Okay, oh wait, get out of here!
Bro, you're just happy that Ken has fucking Tim's now. He's rocking boots as his outfit.
Yo, he's got Tim's.
He has like boots and sweatpants on.
So good for Tim.
I saw some of the character creator for Street Fighter 6. Oh, it is wild.
It's wild.
Yeah, it's like Soul Calibur.
So I'm a little confused with what that is actually going to entail, because I think that's just your avatar in the game. I don't know if you can actually fight with that character unless so like there's like a single player mode that is not available in the beta. You might be able to use that fighter there. I'm not 100% sure. But I don't, at least not in the beta, you can't use that created character in the game. Unless if you can, I haven't seen the option to do so. But the roster so far is a mix of new and old, or new and legacy characters, and I think it's a really strong starting roster. I'm sure that's not the whole roster that's going to launch with the game, and there will undoubtedly be future iterations, if not, not battle passes, but like DLC packs and stuff like that. So
why wouldn't they do a battle pass?
I mean, I've talked.
It's not working for everybody else.
I mean, so friend of the program, Eric Van Allen over at Destructoid, Normandy FM, Axe of the Blood God. Him and I have talked a couple different times about the potential for Street Fighter to shake things up and do a battle pass. That would be like ways to unlock new costumes, potentially to unlock new characters, stuff like that. The new character thing might get dicey because I like Overwatch, which we'll get to, is currently doing that, and people really have negative opinions about it. So maybe they wouldn't do that way. But for cosmetics and stuff, I think it could really work for Street Fighter. So you never know. That could definitely happen. Or it could even be a thing where it's like, oh, new battle pass, new season's coming out, new battle pass. You buy the battle pass, that gives you the new characters as well as a new like path of unlocking cosmetics. I think that specific system could work, because it would be the same thing as like buying DLC anyway. You're just buying the characters and getting a new thing to unlock, but you already unlock the character once you make the purchase. I don't know. That's basically DLC anyways. But I think the new characters so far are good additions to the roster. I've played around a little bit with Jamie, Luke, and Kimberly, which are the 3 new characters that are in the beta. And then the returning characters that are there are Guile, Ryu, Ken, Chun-Li. And like that's a solid group of fighters right there, and that roster will undoubtedly be bigger by the time the game comes out. But I think what the game does a really good job of, I feel like this is Capcom being extremely confident in what they want Street Fighter to be, and them executing that almost flawlessly. They've brought a lot of systems and stuff from previous games that I think people like and that work and make sense into this game. So, there's a parry system. There's obviously a meter system for charging your, to get your supers and stuff. There's, the I don't know what the actual gauge is called, but there's like the dizzy gauge where if you block too much, you'll get stunned. But that also is tied to the parry system. So like parrying in Street Fighter 3 wasn't necessarily super easy, and it could definitely be alienating to casual players. Parrying in this is not very easy, but you can basically hold the parry button to just parry any attack. But if you hold it for too long, you'll stun yourself. So it opens up this ability of like, okay, the act of parrying is easy for everyone to do, but obviously mastering that technique is important. Which I think is kind of leans into what they're doing with this game on two fronts. I think there's a lot of good a lot of good systems that are in this game that work together very well, that can be utilized at a high effective level for people who want to dig into the minutia and like play this game at a competitive level or get better at it or whatever. But they're also catering to casual fans and new audience by having some of these systems be a little more attainable out the gate, like being able to just press a button to parry. Obviously, if you're using it wrong, it'll cost you in the match. But there's also classic controls as well as modern controls. And the modern controls have
tilt controls.
Yeah. They have like easier button inputs. So instead of having to do like a forward quarter circle, or not even that, whatever, like instead of having to do a backwards quarter circle or a backwards half circle to do a fucking spinning kick, you can just press, I think, back and kick, and that will do it. Same thing with the Shoryuken. It's like forward and punch. Obviously, every character has different moves and stuff, but it's made some of the button inputs easier. It's made some of the supers easier to input, and I think that's a great option to have, and I think it's a great thing to have, because, like, you open a command list as a new player, some of those inputs could seem very fucking daunting, and, like, maybe this is just a great way for you to, get into a game that, I grew up on Street Fighter, so a lot of these button inputs are just second nature to my hands. It's just muscle memory at this point. But, how do we continue to grow the FGC? How do we continue to get people interested and engaged with games like Street Fighter? I think it's a great option to have. And I don't even think it's necessarily like a negative thing for people on the competitive side, because even if you're playing against someone with classic controls and you're playing against somebody that is using modern controls, if you're good, it doesn't matter that they have easier inputs. You need to be good. So I don't know. I'm excited for that. I think that opens the door for a lot more people to enjoy Street Fighter and get something out of it, as well as, obviously more accessibility options are better for, accessibility reasons. So I'm loving it. I think that this game is showing me nothing but just fantasticness right now. It looks gorgeous. It feels great. I'm really, really excited for Street Fighter 6 now, and very hopeful that this is going to be like, not, I don't want to say like the return of Street Fighter, because like Street Fighter 5 was fine. It just wasn't 4.
I don't know if we would be ripping apart Street Fighter 5 as much if it came to Xbox. I think that's a huge part of like why we didn't even like fucking care, because the netcode on PlayStation is so bad and fucking,
yeah. I mean, it didn't run well. It was a weird starting roster. I don't think a lot of people. I don't think a lot of people, myself included, really cared for the V-Trigger system, which was like the big addition to that game. And Street Fighter V, I think, had a lot of things going around with it. It did not have good netcode when it first came out. The beta has crossplay, so I'm just assuming this game is launching with, good internet bones and crossplay and all these things that are wonderful. Because when I got access to the beta and I got it on an Xbox, I was like, fuck, I guarantee everyone else I know that has this probably has it on PlayStation or PC. But then when it was crossplay, I was like, oh, it doesn't fucking matter, which is fantastic. So I'm really hopeful. I'm really excited. This is great. I love Street Fighter. I hope this is fantastic. But that brings us to our other main topic, which I can't even believe.
Mario Brother trailer?
The what? I mean, we could talk.
Mario Brothers trailer.
We could briefly talk about the Mario trailer. I'm on board. Sign me the fuck up. Shit looked fantastic. The animation on that thing was incredible. I don't know if anyone has strong opinions either way about the trailer for that, but teaser.
I'm so pumped for that. That like got me so excited. I don't even care that like Chris Pratt's voice. We'll see more, but that doesn't even bother me, because like Bowser looks so good, and
Jack Black
even just
fucking
seeing
killed
Luigi
it
at the end there. Yeah, even seeing Luigi at the end. We haven't even heard Charlie Day yet, so
I know.
like I'm so excited for Luigi. So it's
I heard him, and you could hear him in the sounds.
Oh, does he? I didn't even listen.
Wait, you can?
hear
Oh,
him,
I need to rewatch it then.
He's not like speaking, but he's like making like
noises.
like,
yeah, and you can tell it's
sounds.
Charlie.
Yeah. I mean,
So excited for
it
that.
is what it is. Like, I wasn't like, I didn't watch the trailer and go, oh no, Chris Pratt's voice, but like it is what it is. Like,
No.
if that's
I'm
the
just
biggest
glad
problem,
that it's just. I'm just glad it's just him doing his voice instead of like him trying to do
something.
some like
Yeah.
Italian.
I was confused at what he was doing though, because it kind of sounds like he has like a little Brooklyn Italian accent.
He's
on the
definitely
last line
doing
he says.
something. I don't think it's just him talking, but like,
Yeah.
I mean,
a little spin on it.
Have you seen the video when he's like, "It's a me, Mario"? He's like, "No, I'm not gonna really do it like that," and then he's like, actually really does it like that in the movie.
oh, I haven't seen.
There's like a little video. Oh, it's like a little video clip of him go. He's like, it's just a big picture of his face, and he's like, "It's a me, Mario." He's like, "I'm not gonna do it like that, I promise." And then like now it sounds like that.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Jack Black fucking killed it. I think fucking Keegan-Michael Key as Toad is fucking fantastic. Like I don't know. It was like, I mean, it's a short teaser and it's a kids movie, but I think it like showed good humor with the penguin stuff. Like I think this is going to be a very good movie, and I'm excited for it.
I think so too.
I think they don't have to do a lot for this to be a very succcessul movie, and I think they're doing a lot more. Yeah. I think they're already doing a lot more than what I expected. The biggest thing for me now, and I said this to Mike the other day, it looks so fucking gorgeous, and I'm not a person about visuals and games, but now I want a fucking Mario game that looks like that, because that looked fucking gorgeous. I think Jack Black's gonna steal that movie. I think Bowser's probably gonna have the most speaking roles in that movie. He's got it, because he's just fucking killing it.
This also opens up, like, I think a Luigi's Mansion movie would be perfect, because like that's a perfect concept for a cartoon movie, like a haunted. Like,
don't forget that Donkey Kong is in this movie, so I'm guessing that Donkey Kong is going to be the next movie.
Yeah, Mike and I were talking about that too. Like, this definitely is probably testing the waters. Which, I mean, Nintendo just created Nintendo Pictures, so like they are clearly going to make other things. I think they purchased an animation studio too. Obviously not Illumination, who's making this movie, but I'm pretty sure they purchased an animation studio as well. So story-wise, I can't imagine Donkey Kong and also Cranky Kong is in this movie for some reason, having major roles in the film itself. So I'm wondering if they're more so just there to kind of set the stage for them to set up a Donkey Kong movie after. Or as the
at the very end, it's going to be a little kid playing with Mario toys. He's going to be playing on the console like the end of the Lego movie.
You think that's what's going to happen? You think it's going to break out to a game? I don't think so either.
I hope that would suck if they did that. I think, Chris.
I loved it though. I thought it was fantastic.
I hope it ends with Mario going back to the real world and he turns into like regular Chris Pratt in plumber's clothes.
So I'm excited for that.
It's going to turn to Bob Hoskins.
Right.
Isn't he? Didn't he pass away?
Okay. Oh, he's dead.
Okay.
No, he's dead.
But you never would have thought. We're going essentially back to our roots here. Overwatch 2 is here. Todd the denier. Todd the infallible. Todd has fallen off the metaphorical payload. He's back on that fucking wagon. Or I guess he fell back on the payload. I don't fucking know.
I feel like the last like 3 months I haven't really been locked into like any game except for like Splatoon, and that fucking we got to get back to that. But
I'm down. Yeah, I mean, new Splatfest is coming too, so
yeah. I feel like this is like the time. There's like nothing else that we play online.
Yeah,
it's a fucking horrible launch, but you know, it seems to be doing a little better now.
It's definitely doing a little bit better now, but I will say like there's a lot of problems around this game right now, like
it's not just like
both within the game, both at Blizzard, Activision, with how employees are being treated, and just the game definitely is in a weird state. Not just the fact that like people have had trouble logging into it, but the microtransactions definitely, I think, need to find some sort of adjustment. The battle pass itself maybe needs to find some sort. I feel like there are a lot of things that need to be kind of ironed out. And it's kind of sad.
You basically need to pay $20 for the battle pass every month. and for like a skin, if you want just a fucking skin, it's $20. That's insane.
Yeah, I feel like it's unfortunate to see the battle pass stuff and cosmetic stuff specifically be the way they are, simply because like there are games that are doing that system right. I think as far as battle pass goes, you know, nothing's perfect, and obviously all of it is to get you to spend money. But I think Fortnite does a good job with their battle pass. I think, I think I don't really play Apex Legends. I think some people do like how Apex Legends handles their cosmetics. I don't really know how they do, but I think people are a fan mostly of how they roll out content and cosmetics and stuff.
I like how Fortnite does their battle pass, but I just don't care about battle pass in any other games. And like, I don't care about it in Overwatch 2. I want to be able. I just miss like being able to unlock stuff by random chance through loot boxes rather than having to like go through some tedious fucking thing. I mean, you'll unlock them just by playing it for the most part. But but some of these older skins you can't even fucking get. Like, it's like, there's some skins in there now from like previous years that I don't have, and I'm like, I'm not paying $20 for that. And like, you can't earn
loot
points
boxes
through the fucking battle pass either.
Loot boxes create a legal problem in other countries.
Yeah, they're considered gambling, so they're like, no.
I don't think that's the only reason why they pulled it out. I think Todd made a point that I think we've probably mentioned on the show before. Overwatch 1 was an older game at this point, and there really wasn't a way for them to long-term monetize it. So I think this is their way of trying to fix that problem, where it's like, hey, we're constantly updating this game, obviously running the servers from multiple platforms and all, in Overwatch League and all these other things. And it's like, but we can't get people to spend money in the game unless they buy loot boxes. And that percentage of people is probably super low. So I think this switch was mostly for monetary reasons, but also, again, like, you look at like something like Fortnite, or if you look at things like MMOs or Destiny, like, or like something like Pokemon Go, part of the draw with those games, or part of the thing that keeps the player base engaged and coming back every day or every week, is dailies and weeklies. So like, Overwatch didn't really have that before, but a lot of games that are like this do have those things where it's like, you benefit by logging into Fortnite every day because you can get, an additional like 65k XP very easily just by playing a match or two if you do your dailies. So like, having those little draws may not stroke the whole audience, but it gets enough people back playing daily and weekly to complete challenges and missions. But it is weird to see Overwatch really falter on the battle pass and microtransaction stuff, especially when you have, not even at this point, or basically a year old, not even a year yet, Halo Infinite's one of its biggest things against it that people like to, talk about and complain.
You think they learned from something like that?
Exactly. Like Halo Infinite, biggest first-person shooter launch prior to Overwatch 2 in the last year was absolutely riddled with people complaining about how the battle pass was, how microtransactions were, how the shop was, all those things. It's like, that's a high-profile, need to win, need to be good, need to be right thing. Overwatch also kind of in that same boat for multiple reasons. They need Overwatch 2 to reignite what Overwatch 1 did. They need it to be good because Activision Blizzard's going through a bunch of fucking problems. So like, they needed a dub here. They needed a win. They needed, good thing. And they're dropping the ball in so many places. I know a lot of people are really upset about the way heroes are going to be unlocked going forward in the future. I really think they're going to change that. I think there are too many people upset about locking heroes into battle passes that's going to change either by the next season or not too far into the game's future. It's also like
the premium battle pass, so it's not even like the standard battle pass. You have to get like the premium one.
Yeah, so
I think it's $20. It's $20 every fucking time.
Yeah, so like, I think. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if people are spending the fucking money though. Like, well, they don't need to change it. You know what I mean? Like, it's the money's being spent, so it doesn't matter. But I think you're going to see the money not be spent.
I have cash to throw around, and I'm like, I'm not gonna buy fucking some of these $20 skins. I would buy them if they were like $7.99 though, like Fortnite. I would probably be like, getting this one. Boom. Okay.
Yeah.
I'd probably buy a ton of skins if they were. I think like $8, $9 is like a sweet spot for like those things. And you can make a ton of money. The cheaper it is, the more people are gonna fucking buy. Like it's just...
It is interesting. I mean, obviously, Overwatch 2 single player is free to play. I'm sorry, the multiplayer, the single player is not available yet. I don't know if they have a hard date, but it's roadmapped for next year. So that I believe you'll have to pay for, Mike, right?
That is I don't know that for certain, but I feel like that was what we were told at some point.
Yeah, I think that's the plan at least now, is that the single player stuff is going to be a purchase.
That is the legitimate update to the game.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, the place that I stand with Overwatch 2 is I love Overwatch. I love the characters. I love that world. I love the game itself. There's so much I love about that. Obviously, the four of us have invested so much time and money in certain ways into that game. When the first two betas were out, I was enjoying them, having a great time. A lot of people were playing Overwatch again, so it kind of was great to see like a bunch of us playing it again. And everyone seemed to be hungry playing it again right now. I know the game just launched, but I think for me, when it boils down to is that obviously there's some minor changes. It's 5v5 now instead of 6v6. There's new maps. There's some hero changes. There's some new heroes. But I just love Overwatch. And I think the bones of the game are Overwatch. And more Overwatch for me is good. And more of my friends playing Overwatch again is good for me playing Overwatch. So that's kind of where I stand with the game. I don't know if anyone has any strong opinions or feelings about the game either way, with any of the changes, new heroes, lack of a tank, stuff like that.
I'm a little curious of how competitive is going to work once we actually dive into that, because we were talking about this earlier today. I don't think you were on, but like, if you're like, let's say you're bronze 1, you can only play with bronze 1, 2, and 3. You can't play with bronze 4 or 5. So it's like, how are you supposed to play with friends? Like you guys, like you're not. If like say if someone's in high gold, someone's in low gold, you can't even play with them.
Oh, interesting.
It seems like it's gonna make competitive very like. It's gonna make it so you have to almost solo queue in some ways. Like can you even play with friends
or just make it that you should only queue up in ranked when you're playing with your friends, so that way you guys stay around the same rank. That's your only concern, Todd, with Overwatch 2? That's your only takeaway right now is competitive?
Yeah, because I mean that's like if you look at like my stats, I think I have like 150 hours in quick play and 1,400 hours in competitive. So it's like that's like all I ever play in Overwatch.
Yeah, no, I mean I get that. I mean I'm definitely gonna dip. I'm gonna definitely dip into competitive, but I'm also gonna wait until this game is ironed out, because if I get booted from a competitive match, I'm gonna be not a happy person. So I don't even want to I don't want there to be. I want this game to be in a much more stable place. Plus, I also want to get used to some of these new maps and heroes and stuff. What about you, Mike? How are you feeling? Because you've been, I don't know for how long, but you've been playing Overwatch 1 in the background for quite a bit, at least, it seems.
How's the new Total Mayhem feel?
I have been crushing it in new Total Mayhem, but I think I'm playing with people that never played the game before, so like...
Could you imagine never playing Overwatch and that's your first experience with Overwatch, Total Mayhem? That seems like a just fucking disaster.
After ultimate.
Ultimate, yeah, we're just throwing, like, it's Riptire after Riptire. Riptire is just another cooldown for me. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, in the back of my mind, I was hoping every single roadblock would just keep me from playing Overwatch, and I would just be like, sorry guys, I can't play. That was my, like, when they said, oh, we're doing SMS protect, and you can't use prepaid phone. I'm like, I've got a prepaid phone, it's probably not gonna work. And it worked. I was like, shit. All right, well, at least Total Mayhem's in the shop, so I'll play.
Yeah, but we've been playing quick play. You don't care for quick play?
Oh, it was fine. Yeah, quick play was fine.
Quick play is fine, but like,
So you just so it's not even that you don't like competitive. You just don't like regular Overwatch. Is that what we're getting at here?
I'll play regular Overwatch with you guys, but if you said if I had time to kill and I was like, all right, I'm gonna play some Overwatch, maybe I would go in. If Total Mayhem's not in there, I'm out.
Listen, I get that though. I understand like, hey, when the boys are on, when the gang is on, I'm playing this. But when it's just me, when it's just Mikey time, when I'm just having a little slice for me, here's my bread and butter. Here's my secret piece of pie. I get that. You can have both, Mike.
And fingers crossed we get placed in entirely different levels, and it's like, hey, let's play some competitive. Sorry guys, I can't queue up with you.
I
You're
mean,
just gonna wait for
Cookies bring
Todd. You'll just have to wait for Todd to slide to your level.
Exactly. Just give him a few matches as Widowmaker, and then he'll be right.
Or climb to your level. I mean, who knows?
Also true.
I think it'll be the latter. I will say, we definitely have increased our list of Overwatch friends since the beginning of Overwatch. So there will always be a solid group of people that will play Overwatch, Mike. And I feel like the only ones that really care about competitive are me. I don't even know if Dom actually cares about competitive, but I'll say me, Todd, Dom, Cam, I think are really the only competitive facing folk. I mean, I'm sure we can, we'll drag you in, from time to time when you
really need somebody else to get in there.
Yeah.
I got nothing else going on.
But like Ken, Eric, Jesse, and them, I don't think they typically play competitive. But they might swing in if we're all playing competitive. I don't know. But I think they don't typically play competitive. So there's definitely going to be a solid group of people that will just always like be down to play quick play. And I'm down to play quick play. Like I am past the point. Like I like competitive Overwatch because I feel like that's just when everyone that is playing the match on both sides is there to care in some regard. Not that people who are playing quick play don't care, but it's like if you're choosing to log into competitive, I feel like you at least are playing to win, and I like playing in that regard. But I'm kind of like, there was a point in time where I cared about my rank. It'll be cool to have a good rank in this game, but if we lose a match, I'm not going to be like, oh.
Rank, I'm not too clear on this. I've been seeing some things, but I'm not actively looking it up. I think the rank isn't like displayed out in a way where people can look at you and be like, oh, this guy's gold or platinum or masters or whatever. I think that's something that you can see, but other people can't see. They'll just, if you're playing competitive, people will just see like, well, he's paired up against me.
And that's probably for the best. I think it's for the best that they try to curate a less toxic community. And I think that is definitely part of that equation. Is like, it's irrelevant what rank I am to the people on my team or the people on the other team. They don't need to know those things. Like, it's just not, there's not relevant information. That doesn't help anybody in knowing that stuff. It only creates more fodder for problems. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. The place that I'm just in right now, we're in this honeymoon period. The game just came out. Everyone's playing it. It's good to be back in that groove because I like Overwatch. I whatever game mode aside, you clearly like Overwatch, Mike, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Says the person that has a fucking $300 Reaper statue. Yeah, I guess I like Overwatch.
I think it was like 150. I do have you can't see it, but I've got a Lucio and Sombra. Granted, I did buy those from fucking GameStop when they were all closed, and they said, yeah, these things are like $2.
What are they? Oh, like boxed figures?
Figures, yeah.
Yeah, like the Figma figures, I think they were.
And you got them for that cheap?
Yeah, they were cheap.
Super cheap. That was the only reason I bought them.
I ended up getting a couple of them. Did I get the 3-pack?
Was there a 3-pack? I don't remember.
It was one with, I think it was Farah, Mercy, and somebody else, but I don't remember who it was.
There might have been like a fucking a pack.
I actually have no idea what the Reaper one is.
I think there were a couple of multiple hero packs. I didn't buy any of them because it was what was I gonna say? It was they weren't that cheap when I caught them at GameStop. They were still like not discounted. And then
There was one of Reyes, Lucio,
I have that one. I have that one.
Tracer, and you have that 4-pack. It's a
Oh no,
4-pack.
not the 4-pack. I just have those.
Oh, actually, no. I'm sorry. It says Wave 1 set, so that's just 4 boxed. So that was the wave, and then the second one was Mercy, Farah, Anna in her strike
costume,
and Soldier. And then there was an Anna and Soldier 2-pack, a Mercy and Farah 2-pack. I could have sworn there was a 4-pack too, but
I mean, I can almost picture one, but I feel like that's just my imagination actually working properly.
I feel like they were in different costumes. I don't know. It's very unimportant.
What about you, Dom? What are your thoughts so far on Overwatch 2?
I found it.
Is there a 4-pack?
Yeah, it's Genji, Zarya, Pharah, and Diva. And they're in their carbon fiber costumes. I don't know, it feels like Overwatch. It doesn't. I'm at the point where like I don't understand why this is a different game. They should have just updated the original.
I think I think ultimately it's they needed a way to monetize it.
Yeah, I'm sure there's like they wouldn't have been able to add a solo mode to the original game. I'm sure.
Yeah,
like,
and again,
sure,
to be fair,
I'm sure in the next year we'll see the reason that they needed to make Overwatch 2, but right now I just don't feel it. Like,
yeah,
right now it just feels like they shut down their servers and made them worse.
I mean, to be fair though, it is just an update to Overwatch 1. Like you didn't pay any money unless you bought the battle pass, so it is just an update to the game.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, their original goal was to make a sequel to this game that had like a very focused single player campaign, or rather, like the PvE element. I think that was supposed to be like a core component. And then for one reason or another, things got delayed, and they got to a point where they were like, okay, we have to put out something. Something needs to come out. We'll do the PvP part of it right now. We'll change the way, besides updating the graphics and stuff like that. We'll turn into like a free to play battle pass, all that stuff that other games have. We'll do that. We'll push off the PvE component until later, just because we're in a tricky place right now. People are looking at us, and we need to put out a game that makes us money again.
Well, it's not only that. It's not only that. It's also like because they have the Overwatch League. It's like, all right, we're trying to make this transition. We probably need to like lock this aspect of the game down now and balance it a little bit more, work out the kinks a little bit, so that way when Overwatch League next season, I don't even know if the season's currently on. Actually, it might be currently on. So I don't.
Something's happening, but I don't know if it's a season or just like
a preseason or something.
The games they do, yeah.
So, there's that aspect that they have to kind of manage as well in regards, because I feel like it would make a lot of things messy if they made that transition during an active season of Overwatch, like a Overwatch League season. So I don't know, but I mean, I get what you're saying, Dom, and I do agree with you. It is, for better or worse, it is more Overwatch. For me, I love Overwatch, so I'm fine with it being just kind of Overwatch, because I'm happy to play more Overwatch. So
I guess my thing is like, all right, we're doing Game of the Year stuff today. I don't think Overwatch 2 counts as a new game. You know what I mean? That's in my mind. Yeah. Like, it doesn't feel like a new game, so why should I give it any credit to anything? You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get that. I mean,
and again, like I said, in a year, it'll probably feel like a very different game if they can get the PvE off the ground, if they can get...
Yeah, once they add that stuff in, I think it'll be... Like, that's what I think Overwatch 2 is. Overwatch 2 is really the single-player stuff.
If they add new heroes that, like, better like function in the 5v5, maybe it'll feel like a different game. You know what I mean? Just if there's like little tweaks here and there that like start to make the game feel different, then maybe it'll feel otherwise. But right now it just feels like more Overwatch, which isn't a bad thing. It's just I don't know. I don't feel like it's worthy of talking a ton
it's
about.
not a
I
bad
guess.
thing,
Yeah.
but it's not a bad thing. But like it really got in the way of people just playing regular Overwatch when they had regular Overwatch.
You know, it almost feels like they slapped a 2 on the end and made everybody download this new thing so people would come back to it. That's what it feels like right now.
That's also definitely part of the plan, probably.
And it's working,
Yeah.
but I mean,
I appreciate the fact that I have my cosmetics across all of my platforms that I already own the game on.
that is a good thing. And I don't have to get up and put a disc in anymore because it's on all my systems.
True. I don't know what
as a
I'm going to
download.
do with this disc now. What am I going to do with this disc?
I wonder if there was a version of this game that was not called Overwatch 2, and it was called like Overwatch : whatever. And
so it's interesting. Me and Mike were talking yesterday. Yesterday, Mike?
I have lost track.
I think so.
So
I think it was yesterday. Or maybe it was this morning. Regardless, I went to check. I was going to hop on Overwatch, and I went to check to see what Mike was doing, if he was playing anything. And Xbox told me that he was playing Overwatch Origins Edition. So Xbox doesn't even consider it a different game.
That's what it was saying for me too, because someone, I forget who texted me. Might have been my brother actually. He was like, "Are you playing Overwatch 1?" I thought he's like, "Didn't Overwatch 2 just come out?" And I was like, "I'm definitely playing Overwatch 2." I was like, "I don't know what my Xbox is saying for you, but sure."
But like you said, like,
everything
all
else
it would have taken is calling it Overwatch, like not Origins. Like I don't know, the adventure continues or something stupid.
There must be some sort of data that suggests that a numbered sequel does better than
triggers sales.
Than like, Overwatch Watchpoint or something. Like if they called it Overwatch Watchpoint,
this is the Alien 3 conversation again.
Yeah, kind of. So yeah, I think there's you look back at Destiny. Bungie didn't want to make Destiny 2. They wanted to just keep updating Destiny, but they were owned by, at the time, Activision Blizzard, and they said, no, you're making a sequel. So like, this is a little bit different because it's a Blizzard-made game, but I wonder if that's the same thing of like, we just want to update this game and make an overhaul to it. Okay, cool. You're going to make it a sequel. You're going to make a new game. Free-to-play definitely changes things. If this was a new $60 game...
Oh, man, that would be bad.
Yeah, I don't think that would have went well.
This would be a very different conversation.
But I also think that other games have led the charge in maybe making this transition even possible. Because you look at something like Rocket League that used to be a paid game, and then at some point it became free-to-play. And it can work. It can work for certain games. I mean, when Fortnite initially launched, it was a much different game, and it was money. Actually, was Battle Royale free? It must have been free. The Battle Royale portion.
Battle Royale was always free.
Always free. Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think there have been other games that have made this type of thing, possible. But it is interesting too, because you look at the fact that this is a Blizzard game, and Blizzard is used to making games that have expansions, and they're named expansions, and then it's not like World of Warcraft, number. It's World of Warcraft fucking, I don't know, Storm Watcher or something. I don't know. They have names, not like numbered to them. But maybe that's just a thing that works for MMOs and doesn't work for this type of game. But either way, I am happy at the bare minimum that people are playing Overwatch again, because I love Overwatch. I'm happy to be back playing Overwatch. But Todd, any final thoughts on Overwatch 2?
No, sorry. Logan's an absolute disaster right now. I'm just watching him on the baby monitor. He's like coughing like crazy
I can't believe you're being responsible. This is ridiculous.
during this. Yeah, right during like the Overwatch.
So that brings us to our final part of the show, which is everyone's favorite game, a game we like to call What's in the Box. But before we do that, you like the show, you're a fan of the show, leave us a review. Subscribe to us on your favorite podcast platform. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Twitch. Subscribe to us on Twitch. If you have a few bucks kicking around, if you have Amazon Prime, it's a free sub for us. A free sub for you to, that money's just going into fucking Jeffrey Bezos' pockets. So might as well throw it to us or a streamer that you do enjoy. If you want to support us, you can go to patreon.com/passthecontroller. You can buy something from our shop at passthecontroller.threadless.com. There's a multitude of ways to support us, both free and paid, and all of those things help us grow the show, get more lovely listeners like you, and we appreciate any time and energy you put into doing that for us. You can go support everything we do by going to passthecontroller.io and following us on Twitter and Instagram at passcontroller. But without further ado, I pulled 4 games apparently, so this is a 4-game evening, a 4-game engagement.
Go!
But the scoreboard for the year for What's in the Box is Dom at 50 points, Todd at 44, Mike at 32, and a bunch of guest points. Without further ado, game number 1 of What's in the Box. Blank shows their roots. Sorry, there was another language, and I was trying to see if it cut into a different sentence or not.
I was trying to read in French.
Shoot, whip, slice, and burn through legions of blank, and discover
Plants vs. Zombies.
No, and discover the
Garden Warfare.
No, and discover the truth about blank's past. Face huge and deadly foes. Brutalize enemies with an arsenal of over-the-top moves. Summon infernal demons with blank, blank, blank.
Devil May Cry 5.
No.
'80s?
No.
Devil May Cry 4?
No.
I was thinking Hades, but then I was like, I heard whip, and I'm like, it's definitely not Hades if it was a whip.
You also said go into someone's past. I feel like it's like an established
Bayonetta?
that we would.
It is indeed Bayonetta. Dom gets
Thanks,
the point.
Todd, for reminding me that he said whip.
Is there a whip in Bayonetta?
She whips her hair.
Doesn't she? Yeah.
Sounds like a person.
Wow.
Would use a whip. Chains and whips excite me.
Side hair. Yeah.
Game number 2. Extend your blank and compete in an all-new blank sport. Duke
Arms.
It is indeed arms.
There you go.
Dom gets the point. Have we done that game before?
No, extend your arms.
Yeah, I mean, they can't all be devil horns.
He blanks out the word the, but he says extend your arms.
Extend your blank and compete in an all-new blank sport. If it was that obvious, Mike, why didn't you fucking say arms?
As soon as he said sport, I was like, oh, it's a sport game, extend your arms.
I don't want to hear any
I wasn't
complaints.
listening either. It's my own fault.
I don't want to hear any fucking complaints. Game number 3. On the backs of 2 titans frozen in time, an epic story unfolds. Una historia epica.
This game is already. Yeah.
Did you guess,
Yeah,
Mike? I didn't hear
you're
what he
right.
said. What did he say?
I was saying Xenoblade, but I can't remember. Or Xenoblade Chronicles. Maybe.
What did you say,
Xenoblade
Dom?
Chronicles.
I said Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Xenoblade Chronicles
That's what I said.
3.
Okay, and what did you say, Dom?
Say the first one, Mike.
I said Xenoblade, and then I stopped, and then
I said
Xenoblade
3.
Chronicles, Mike. Say Xenoblade Chronicles.
Okay.
Xenoblade Chronicles.
Who gets this point? Who said it? Who actually
It's
said it? Mike
What is
said
it?
2.
I-
Mike said 2.
I said Xenoblade Chronicles, and then like I spaced out, and then I meant to say 2. So like, if you want to do it like that,
I mean, I don't know. Whoever wants
As
the
soon
point.
as he started saying Xenoblade, I knew it was Xenoblade Chronicles, but it's Mike that started saying Xenoblade.
So are we giving the
Chronicles,
point to
so
Mike?
Give it to Mike.
Okay,
Yes.
Mike gets the point. Damn, Dom just gave up the sweep. Dom just gave you the sweep, Mike.
Wait, I thought you did 4 games. I thought you had 4
Well,
games.
I mean,
That's
he would.
4
He's
games?
gonna
Yeah, but
get.
I can't get a sweep.
He's gonna get. He could have got the sweep. The sweep is negated now. He talked about the no. Someone got a hit in the bottom of the fucking ninth, Mike. The showdown, game number 4. The showdown of the galaxy. Blank blank makes his epic return. The galactic superhero rankings begins. Exhilarating action. Gnarly ranking battles. Wicked alien superheroes. The legendary assassin returns to the Garden of Madness.
Is that it?
That is it. I can read it in Spanish if you want, because it's all in Spanish too.
It's not
No,
Guardians of the
no.
Galaxy, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I just wanted to get that off my plate before.
Yeah, that's like the first thing I
bothered
thought.
me.
I was like, Star Lord, blank blank.
El enfrentamiento de la galaxia.
Oh shit! Really? Can you read it again?
The
Not in
showdown
Spanish, in English.
of the galaxy. I almost just
Showdown.
said a proper noun. Blank blank makes his epic return. The galactic superhero rankings begins. Exhilarating action. Gnarly ranking battles. Wicked alien superheroes. The legendary assassin returns to the Garden of Madness.
Galactic superheroes. Assassin. Oh wait, I just thought of something. Is it Wonderful
Oh, sorry,
101?
what's class?
Incorrect. What did you say, Mike?
No, I was
He's a
saying.
chair
oh,
with the
sorry,
class.
Is it Beautiful Joe 2?
Incorrect.
Is it Beautiful Joe?
Incorrect.
You said he returned, so I was like,
Yeah. Oh, good call. Oh wait, is it Travis Strikes Again?
Incorrect.
Travis Strikes Back. What is the name of the game?
It is No More Heroes Travis Strikes Back, but that is not this game. No, it is Travis Strikes Again, but it's not that game.
Okay. Is it No More Heroes 2?
Incorrect.
Is it
No More Heroes?
No. And didn't you just be the one to say, Todd, it's got to be a sequel because this person's returning? Why would it be the first game?
I don't know. I had to say it just in case. I've lost
It could be
like that.
Jesus.
I mean,
it could be the
listen,
a
that-
book based off the. I mean, a game based off the Bible.
Todd makes a good point. You gotta be safe. There's no penalty for guessing. Plus, again, the plot of the game could be that this character, makes a return within the plot of the game.
If you guys would like my thought from before that you said share with the class, he's done 3 Switch games so far.
Yeah, I know.
Mm.
What have we done?
He throws a curveball. Here's a fucking Dreamcast game.
Could be.
So, here is an off-the-box clue.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you can say that I have already done 3 Switch games, and this 4th game may be a Switch game. But there is a reason why I did one of those other games. So maybe there's a reason why I am doing this game.
Bayonetta 2?
Incorrect. But a good guess.
Oh,
I
wait.
liked it.
Metroid Prime Dread?
Incorrect. Also good guess. Not good guess in that it's similar to this game, but more so that like you're trying to put the piece together.
thinking.
You're trying to find the piece.
Also, Galactic Assassin.
Intergalactic routing. Intergalactic.
I don't know if this is I don't know if I want to give another bit of information that's off the box, or I guess not on the box is a better way to phrase that. But it might be a lopsided bit of information because I don't know if everybody would be keen on this information. So I don't want to give someone an unfair upper hand.
I respect that. Intergalactic routing.
As of this year, this game will no longer be a Switch exclusive.
This year.
I feel like I did know something about this at some point.
There
Oh,
I don't play video
Sifu.
games.
Got it. That's about superheroes, right?
There
Yeah.
are people, I don't know how many, but there are people who wanted this game to be represented in Smash Brothers.
Awesome Robo.
Incorrect.
Nope.
Super Mario RPG.
I wish. Incorrect.
That's coming to the PlayStation.
Oh yeah, I said it's exclusive. Oh well, not anymore. Well, it still is, but for only for a short
Period of time.
more period of time. Yeah. Here's the clue I was gonna give that I don't know if it's a working knowledge. It might be working knowledge for nobody, but I feel like there's potential
Somebody here knows.
somebody might and somebody might not. I'll say it anyway at this point. I have met someone who has worked on this game.
And we already said all those No More Hero games.
Oh, I know the answer, and I can't remember the name of the game though. Fuck, I know the answer.
If you did, you would have already said it out loud.
I can't remember the name of the game. I know the game. Like,
I am holding a physical copy of this game, but previous versions of this game were on older consoles, but did get ported to the Switch and did get limited run copies. I'm just giving you more information now. It could be helping, it could not be.
Okay, so it's Shantae.
Yeah, he said all that information. I was like, is it Shantae? Is she fighting galactic pirates or galactic superheroes?
All right, I'm gonna save somebody a lot of nonsense. It is not a Shantae game, but oddly enough, that does fit the criteria for a lot of the other things I just said, including I have met someone who has worked on Shantae, not like one of the creators or anything, but.
Do you still know what the game is?
possibly, but I can't remember the name.
I had an idea, but then he said it was on old consoles, and that immediately killed the idea.
This specific game in my hand is not on old consoles.
It doesn't matter. The whole concept of the whole concept of my thing is dead at that.
This game that is still currently a Switch exclusive is getting ported to Xbox and PlayStation and maybe PC this month.
Oh, it's the game.
Oh,
that I don't
Persona 5?
Incorrect.
Persona 3.
Persona 4.
Incorrect to both.
Persona 5
games
is
were
what we're
known,
getting.
we're known for being exclusively on the Switch. Before.
What Persona creator did I meet?
I don't fucking know.
I thought you meant
Didn't you just said you met somebody that worked on the game?
They worked on the
You didn't say
game,
you met a
correct?
creator.
Yes. Also, I did say that there are people that want someone represented from this game in Smash, and Persona is represented in Smash.
Now
Okay,
it is.
so-
Because people wanted them.
So there's no.
So at this
Okay.
point, the only representation that this game has in Smash, I think, is a Mii costume through DLC. I don't even know if that's certain, but I think they have a Mii costume at this point.
Okay, so that means Shantae would fit that criteria. She's not in. Sans would fit that criteria, but Sans is from Undertale. Undertale was on PlayStation and other things before Switch. I'm gonna just work down the list, and I don't care if someone else figures it out. I'm not gonna know the game.
Solitaire?
I'm not gonna know the game.
Solitaire also
Who
has
else
a
did
Mii
people
costume,
want?
right?
Did a lot of people want this person?
Oh
in
shit!
Smash, or-
I think I do know what it
Enough
is.
people wanted this person in Smash, I think.
I think I know what it is, but I don't know what it is. So, because I know I cannot get the game, I'm just gonna start saying things out loud. Again, I don't care. I think there was a Monster Hunter character that they wanted in the game, right? And I think they only had a Mii costume.
Monster Hunter Rise.
Incorrect.
I'm gonna keep working down the list.
Didn't he say galactic superheroes?
Yeah. I
The
don't know.
Showdown of the Galaxy. Blank Blank makes his epic return. The Galactic Superhero Rankings begins. Definitely sounds like Monster Hunter.
Hey, I don't know what goes on in those
100%.
games. You fucking fish with cats there.
All right,
don't
that's
you?
fair. That's fair. Exhilarating action, gnarly ranking battles, wicked alien superheroes. The
That's
legendary,
the other thing is that it uses words like gnarly and wicked.
the legendary assassin
yeah.
returns to the Garden of Madness.
Oh, there was. No, that doesn't make any sense. There was a character. Nah, that doesn't make any sense. They didn't put Assassin's Creed in the game. They didn't put an Assassin's Creed Mii costume, did
Nope.
they?
Galactic Assassin's Creed, though.
I know,
Yeah,
but I
no,
just want
there's
to.
no.
My follow up to that is, I remember they added something to the a Mii skin that was like, oh, is this Assassin's Creed? Because it didn't make any sense to me, but I don't think it was Assassin's Creed.
I think they did add an Ezio or just an Assassin's Creed Mii costume.
Auditor.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I am just going to say this now that you guys are going to be very mad when this game finally either gets guessed or revealed.
I don't know. So there's no
I'm not wanting to
Crash
get anger.
exclusive to Switch.
Nope.
Crash, Geno.
All right, space costumes in
Oh.
Smash.
Oh no, that doesn't make sense.
Mega Man 11.
Why would
Mega
that be
Man
on
11.
something else?
Incorrect.
No, that doesn't make sense. Galactic superhero assassins.
I can reveal one more bit of information off the box, not on
Might
the
as
box,
well at this point.
but
Yeah,
I feel like it's gonna just be whoever can piece it together and get it right away.
Isn't that the whole game
Yeah.
though?
I guess that's true.
We haven't been able to do this whole time. So.
So I will say
Yeah, we're dumb.
that at some point during what's in the box, at some point during this portion of the podcast, you have mentioned this series. You just have not mentioned this game.
I don't remember we
No,
talked about like
I've
30
been checked out
seconds
for the
ago.
last like 30 minutes. So
You have mentioned it during this game. This box number 4, you have mentioned this series, but not mentioned this game.
Again, I've been checked out. I'm just talking.
I have met the creator.
Okay, so again, then I do know the game, but I don't know the. I know the series, but I don't know the game.
Is there any like good clues you can give us?
I'm gonna say No More Heroes 3, but I don't remember what.
Thank
if
you,
that
Mike.
thing.
I don't know why you guys skipped over 3.
Oh, I thought 3 was Travis Strikes
No,
Back.
that's. I mean, that is the third game.
That's why I didn't say No More Heroes 3.
I had a feeling that there
That's
might
why
have
I went
been.
from Travis Strikes Again to No More Heroes 2.
So I had a feeling that that's why I said you guys are gonna be mad, because I feel like Travis Strikes Again was like the thing that stopped someone from saying 3. So
Yeah.
It
That
was-
is why I didn't say No More Heroes 3, because I thought that was the third game.
so Mike just came in with a split. Dom and Mike take the points. That drops us at Dom at 52, Todd at 44, and Mike climbing on up at 34. The year's almost over, Mike. You're right there. You're right there. I'm feeling it. I'm really feeling it.
I blame Logan for this whole episode.
Yeah, definitely. That's what it is. But thank you all so much for hanging out tonight. Obviously, big thank you to our panel here, Mike, Todd, and Dom. You can follow them at Mycopath, at Toddy_by_nature. You can follow Dom at PTC_one little spark. You can follow me at Big Room, and you can follow all of us at Pass Controller. And we thank you so much. Until next time.